Right, this is Linton the Swarm Vassal, Bellator light heavyweight contender, and you're watching the MMA Crypt Fighting Talk Show.
Gregory Stone, MMA.com. On today's show, we're speaking with former Cage Warriors Women's Bantamweight Champion and new Invicta signee, Miss Pannie Kianzad. Welcome to the show, Pannie.
Hey.
So, Pannie, I introduce you as the former Cage Warriors Women's Bantamweight Champion. As we've seen in the past, well, you are signed with Invicta now, so I wanted to know for the first question. We've seen in the past with former Cage Warriors champions, notably Conor McGregor. He tried hiding his belt at the gym, and they eventually got it and took him back from him. Well, both of them, have they stole your belt back yet? And if they haven't, are you confident of keeping it, Pannie?
Well, it's not really former because nobody has the belt.
That's true.
So
Have they not stripped you of it yet?
I'm still. It's still my belt until Cage Warriors starts producing like events again and having a new bantamweight fight, but they don't. So it's still my belt.
So if you fight for Invicta before they announce the new Cage Warriors champion, are you going to sort of present yourself as the Cage Warriors Women's Bantamweight champion still in interviews, etc.?
Oh no, I won't.
Take the belt to
I will
Invicta,
say.
walk out for your Invicta fight with a Cage Warriors belt and stuff.
Well, the thing is that I haven't had time to enjoy my belt yet, so I don't want to let it go.
That's true. Are you a little bit disappointed that you never got to defend it, Pannie? At least one
Yeah, I
time.
really wanted to.
You was really emotional when you won that belt. Obviously, you was crying in the cage, etc. Just
But
what did that
I
belt
think
mean to you when
it's
it was put around your waist, Pannie? Tell us the feeling when you won that belt.
well, it felt really good because I worked really hard for it, and but I really wanted to defend that. Um, but I think I can get another, to fight an Invicta instead. Just like because of the circumstances and stuff like that, it's okay. I don't mind, and hopefully fighting for an Invicta belt later. So, and hopefully I can defend that.
Well, you mentioned that you wanted to defend your Cage Warriors title, but also I want to ask you about a certain opponent. You was set to face Agnieszka Niedźwiedź. Obviously, she's pregnant now, so you wouldn't have fought her anyway if you was still with Cage Warriors. She's for at least a good
Yeah.
year. But are you sort of a little bit disappointed that you won't get to fight her for a good while now? I'm assuming she'll eventually make her way to Invicta or the UFC and potentially you'll meet down the line. But is that something you're a little bit upset about? Because you seem to have built a little bit of a bad blood between you both. And
No.
just pause there, Pannie. Don't answer that just yet. We're having problems with your video. So Agnieszka, obviously, she was a
Yeah.
fight where you was building up a bit of bad blood between you both. Is that a fight you would have liked to have had in Cage Warriors? Are you a little disappointed that it's not going to happen now? And would you like it to happen at some point in the future? Because I'm assuming she's going to make it to the big leagues along with you.
Uh, what did you say in the last part?
Would you have liked to have had that fight, Pannie? And do you see it happening in the future? Obviously, she's still with Cage Warriors right now, as we know of. I'm not too sure because obviously Intensity Management, they had a lot of fighters that were contracted to them and not Cage Warriors. So I'm assuming she's contracted to Cage Warriors. But would you have liked that fight? You're a little disappointed that it's not going to happen now for a good while. And do you think
Yeah,
it will happen in the future? Maybe at
yeah.
Invicta or the UFC?
Of course, of course, I'm disappointed that I didn't get to fight her because, but the problem with her is that I think she's pretty weird.
What way?
Because she's like super weird because she got injured and she talked crap, like she acted like she was like king of the world anyway, and she was gonna beat me. I'm like, you're injured, so what are you gonna beat me with like one leg? And then she got pregnant, and then she started talking smack again, like, oh, I will be back for my belt. I'm like, you didn't have a belt. You never had a belt.
That's true.
And I mean, she's not, she's a lot of talk, and she doesn't do anything. She hasn't fought any good opponents. I don't think she fought any like high level opponents. So either way, if she comes back or not, uh, well, if she's ready for it, it's fine. We can fight each other, but I think she has a lot to work on before she's starts talking. I mean, first of all, don't get pregnant. Second of all, don't get injured, and then you can start talking. So.
Was it legit bad blood in the lead up to the fight, or did it sort of turn into it afterwards?
Oh no, it was legit. You know,
Yeah.
we were not like. Say so, but it's fine. I think it's just a part of a big fight.
Well, we've seen your teammate Nicholas Dolby go to the UFC. We've seen Joseph Duffy, etc. Tom Breeze. Me personally, anyway, I was sort of expecting you to go to the UFC and not Invicta. I was sort of surprised that you went to Invicta. Was you a little disappointed that you didn't get the call up from the UFC, Pannie? Or do you sort of feel like Invicta's the place where you should be right now?
Well, it was a bit of discussion and everything, but overall, in the end, I'm happy that I'm going to the States anyway, because I think that's a good opening for me. I mean, I know that I think that the Invicta girls are in my weight class are at the same level as the UFC girls, so I don't see a big difference between that. I just need to get my name out in the States as well, so I think it's a good start.
Do you think you've done enough for it? Did you think you did enough to want a UFC call up, Pannie?
Yeah, of course. I mean, of course I did. If a chick can get a UFC contract by twerking and another chick can get a UFC contract by one pro fight, of course I can get in with 7-0 and beat one of the UFC girls, and in her hometown, like to death. So yeah, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I don't really care right now because I got signed with a good organization, so I'm happy about that.
Well, there would have been one perk if you made it to the UFC roster. That perk would have been obviously the Reebok deal, what you would have got. That would have been your sponsor. But obviously with Invicta now, you're on Fight Pass. So when you deal with future sponsors, will you be commanding more money now that you're on UFC Fight Pass with more eyes on you?
Hopefully, now that I get to fight on the UFC Fight Pass, makes it easier for me to get bigger sponsors. So I'm happy about that. I mean, of course, a UFC contract, a UFC contract means that I get bigger sponsors, but at least I'm in the States, so I still have a good chance to get big sponsors and kind of make money out of that too.
How do you feel about travelling to the States now, Pannie? Obviously, have you fought stateside before?
No, I haven't fought out of the States before, but I think there won't be a big problem when it comes to jet lag and stuff, because they always fly you out a few days earlier than you used to, so you get used to like the time difference and everything. Like I don't have any problems like with my sleep and everything, so I don't think it will be a problem. I will adjust really good.
But for you as a person and your personality, are you a person who likes to travel the world and see things, or are you more like a laid-back person? You just like to maybe chill out on your couch and not travel too far, but more easygoing, shall we say?
The thing I like about fighting is that all the places I've been to in the world is just because of fighting. I haven't been like I don't think I would have traveled that much if it wasn't for the fighting. So I like going to new places. I don't like fighting close to home because I like to go and see new places. So I'm really happy about the States and everything, and yeah.
Well, there's no current bantamweight champion for Invicta at this moment in time. I've been looking at the roster. It doesn't look like there's too many contenders either for the belt, other than Tonya Evinger. She seems to be screaming out for someone to take her on for the belt. That's my opinion anyway. I'm assuming with at least one or two good performances, you can actually make a very severe impact on that roster and claim yourself a title shot. Do you sort of feel like you can maybe get a title shot at the end of 2015, maybe early 2016, with a couple of solid performances?
I think Invicta gets a lot of. I think it's good for them to sign me now because I think they need to make the bantamweight division bigger because they don't have a champion there. I think they're building up for it, so that's why I think they wanted me to be on their league.
Cage Warriors, what do you think is going to happen to them though, Pannie? A lot of the fans are really just confused by what's been going on. Obviously, your manager is Graham Boylan. You probably got an inside scoop, or at least heard some rumblings. Do you think that they're going to stick around?
Hopefully they will because it's a really good organization, and without them I wouldn't be in it now. So, but I know I don't know more than anybody else. So actually nobody knows anything. Hopefully they will still continue, and let's just hope for it.
Well, Pannie, is there anything you'd like to say to the Invicta roster, or maybe some new fans who at stateside will be tuning to watch you in Invicta? Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Yeah, I want to say thank you to all my sponsors, and thank you for everybody that congratulated me on my Invicta contract. I didn't know that I had so many fans rooting for me to come to Invicta, and thank you Shannon Cat and Graham Bowen for helping me get my contract, and my team, of course, Rumble Sports, and my head coach Toon Trinka. So thank you so much, and much love from Sweden.
Awesome. From the MMA Crypt Fighting Talk Show, as always, thank you for watching.